Hi guys, Brett here from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'd like to take a look at, unbox and jump into KYOSHO's latest offering in the Fazer range. The 1971 Datsun 240Z. And this is a tuned version with Watanabe wheels, and it's dear to my heart because I've actually got the Skyline version of this. So let's jump right in and have a look what they're giving us. So let's have a look at the outside of the box. Beautiful box artwork. We can see here it's officially licensed by Nissan themselves and Watanabe. It goes through and shows you exactly what you need to get it going. So I have in fact got a battery with me today so we can power this one up. But yeah, it shows that it comes with two sets of hexes, it's fully ball raced, it's got the bearings, it's got the super powerful 550 size motor, 14 tune single, which is really good. We've got the KYOSHO 60 amp speed controller in there and the Synchro ready set 2.4 gigahertz radio. So without further ado, let's take the lid off and have a look inside. Alright, so straight away we're presented with a super clean cut box. So just let me get my trusty 9 steps knife out here. We'll get this one free from the box. Oh, we've even got more stickers. How cool is that? So excited by this. I'm sure you can tell by the tone in my voice. An avid Fazer fan. Okay, so the box is out of the way. Now let's bring the car back into the frame. Okay, so before I go any further, I'm gonna have to cut it off the cable ties and do it so you hold the blade away from yourself, like so. All right, the car itself is free. That was not going anywhere in a hurry. Beautiful protective wrapping there. Have a look at the gloss and the detail, the fixtures and fittings that KYOSHO have given us on this beautiful body. It is absolutely bespoke. And you can see here straight off the bat, got beautiful chrome decals, window frames, door handles, beautiful original Datsun signage. Of course, we've got the classic Japanese Watanabe wheels. Really nice there. Period correct and very true to scale radial tires on there. Really add to that look, and I think that's one of the most favorite things about the KYOSHO Fazer is the fact that it looks so scale and beautifully detailed. We've got some wipers here. You can just adjust them a little bit. We've got tinted windows, so they are in fact see-through, so they're not like the cheaper ones where they're just painted through with a decal. That is absolutely tinted, so you can see through them, which really gives a nice hue and light. Oh, look at the tail lights and the lights. They are such beautiful. I'm going to take this body off now so we can have a closer look in fine detail. Being very careful here not to mark it. Get the front posts off, like so. Now, being one of the highly detailed bodies, let's have a look here. 1971 240Z Datsun, commonly referred to as a fair lady in the overseas markets. Now, being one of KYOSHO's highly detailed bodies, you can see here they've got this beautiful chrome work on the bumper bar. Really nice. And we've got LED light buckets factory fitted. So I don't know if you guys have seen my 69 Skyline, but I did actually go to the trouble of putting LEDs in there, and it looks absolutely amazing. Now you can get that lighting kit from KYOSHO, or alternatively you can just make your own. But yeah, you can see there just the standard LEDs will fit into the buckets there. Nice clear lens, gives it that really scale look, not just stickers on the bodywork. We've also got beautiful indicator lenses. The side here, that's just a decal on the side. Coming further around, really nice. Got beautiful chrome work. Beautiful rear spoiler here. Very true to the scale counterpart that it takes after. And again, with the magnificent lenses on the tail lights. They are just like the true 1-to-1 scale tail lights for this model. Again, with the buckets in there, and it looks like that they're both for the brake lights without looking further into it. But yeah, so brake lights can take the LEDs and would illuminate that beautifully. Now while I hold it up, you can see the beautiful chrome work, super smooth for an RC. And I know even with use and rough and tumble, that they are actually really, really strong and robust, both in the plastic and in the fixture and finish of the chrome. Here we've got our molded wheel arch, iconic of the Watanabe tune version. And yeah, very true here. And again, it's not just on with double-sided tape or something, it's on with a nice retaining spring clip and O-ring. So it is intended to be used, played with, raced, whatever you want to call it. So a perfect body, an example of what you can do with the RC body shell if the manufacturers really put their mind to it. It's as beautiful as a proper scale model. Okay, now let's have a look at the Fazer platform itself. Since we're here, so this is the Datsun one. Again, once the body shell comes off, it is very familiar territory. So I'm going to go ahead here. We've got our battery strap, and we can power this one up. So I've got a 9 steps LiPo battery here. Now you can choose nickel metal or LiPo. For maximum performance, I do recommend the LiPo. With a 14-turn single, it really does give a great amount of power and performance and longevity. So we'll go ahead here and put this battery, slip it on in like so under the strap here. They give you plenty of room for different types of configurations, and it does actually come factory fitted with a Dean style connector, and they are really good and proven themselves over the test of time to be very reliable and very good from a performance point of view, offering very little voltage drop and very high performance. I'm just tucking these wires out of the way here, keep it all nice and neat like so, and then we go ahead and secure that with the strap like so. A really nice positive fixture and fitting there. And there is the speed controller wire like I was talking about. I will zoom in here so we can have a closer look at the car and the running gear. So here we have our 14-turn single motor 550, internal fan to keep it cool, really nice performance and robust. So it's really good, doesn't require a lot of maintenance or preparation to keep it going. A few drops of oil in the rear bush every now and then will see it the world of good, offering lots of, I'd say, years of trouble-free operation. Here we've got our ESC, or electronic speed controller, a 60 amp unit there developed by KYOSHO. We've got our on-off switch right here, power on and off, and we've got our little antenna wire there for the receiver, giving us really good range. That does come with oil-filled damper units or shock absorbers, which are really nice, leak-free, and really good from a performance point of view. And we've got this super strong front end, which has all these rubbers bump stops on it to in fact give it a nice rubbery feel and save you from in fact breaking anything, keeping it really reliable. Got an inbuilt servo saver over here underneath the steering bell crank, which does a really good job of protecting the factory fitted servo. Again, not known to giving any problems or causing any reliability issues. Just zooming out a little bit if I can. We've got front and rear differential units. Now they're just grease filled units, so effectively what we refer to as an open diff. Really good, simple and reliable. Again, same front and rear, and they will get smooth as you run the car in. So we've got our wires here. Best thing to do is to just, we'll leave the switch turned off for the minute, go ahead and plug our speed controller in like so. I'll put these wires down here nice and out of the way. We just want to be careful of that center shaft, which they are. Plenty of room for wiring and scope for modification there, holding it all nice and secure. Now let's let's take a look at the radio gear. So here we have the super popular across the KYOSHO range Synchro set, 2.4 gigahertz. Really well packed. We'll talk about these parts in a second. Get this box out of the way. Okay, so like I said, this is what they refer to as a Synchro, the KT231P+. A really nice little radio for all points. Can use across a different range of models, but yeah, it's really synonymous with KYOSHO brand. It's got a really nice ergonomic angled steering wheel away from you. So to steer, we've got right and we've got left, just like so. A really nice foam rubber grip there. Feels really nice to the touch. And the spring is strong, but not too strong, that it gives you a positive return to center without feeling very wooden and tacky. So a really nice wheel there. On top here, we've got our various functions and fittings. So we've got our steering trim, our steering dual rate, which is the amount of throw we've got. We've got our throttle trim. We've got our forward EPA, endpoint adjustment. So you can in fact dial that down, and that will in fact reduce the amount of speed it's got. So if you've got junior people using or first timers, you can dial that back to really mute the performance in the car and get it to a performance point where the operator is happy and confident, all the meanwhile building your confidence and skill set to turn it up as soon as you're ready. And then of course we've got our reverse, so the speed in which you can go in reverse. Here we've got our throttle and reversing steering switches. Now that will come in real handy if you do upgrade or change your servo at some point. So we'll go ahead and we'll put some batteries in here. Takes 4 AA's. In they go, very conventional batteries. And not being a unit with a LCD screen or digital screen, the batteries will last for a really long time. Okay, so I've slipped the batteries in, got them nice and secure. We'll go ahead and power the controller up, the transmitter. Always put that one on first. It's going through a few little safety checks here. You can see it's doing a low flash thing to let us know that the batteries are in there, and that's staying on constant. And that lets us know that it is in fact got enough charge for it. Go ahead now, put the car on. We can hear the car talking to the radio and calibrating the speed controller. Straight away, we've got the steering, which is perfect. We've got our left and we've got our right. I could go ahead here and adjust my dual rate a little bit. Yep, we've got maximum throw both ways. Steering trim's something that's best done on the ground driving away from yourself. And of course we've got our throttle. We'll go ahead and give it a little run. Beautiful, you can see here it is in fact got four-wheel drive transmission. Everything spinning nice and smooth, exactly how you'd expect it. Forward, and we have in fact got reverse. Nice and smooth, beautiful. That is fantastic. So that is powering it up. Go ahead and turn that one off. Unplug our LiPo. Whenever we're not using it, make sure you unplug the battery that's in the car. And if it is a LiPo, put it into storage mode if you can. Okay, so that is the Fazer. Let's take a look again at refitting this body. Fits so nice. Go ahead here, we'll put some body clips on. Like so. And it just fits perfectly. There we go. Look at that. A beautiful, crisp white Datsun 240Z, commonly referred to as a fair lady in most markets. Okay, now what else did KYOSHO give us? Okay, so we've got a little bag of tricks here. So in here is our alternate wheel hexes. Now this is for wider body sets, so the Fazer can come in either 190mm or 200mm configurations. So this body here is the narrow hexes, or the 190mm. The ones in the packet here add a further 5mm of offset on each side, giving 10mm overall, and the 200mm. So certain body sets, I know the Subaru WRC and the AMG GT3, both take the wider body sets. In here we've got various little adjustment clips for the suspension and the shock absorbers, longer wheel nuts for there. They've given us a beautiful little KYOSHO spanner here, which is really nice and makes working and servicing on the car quite achievable. And in here we've got the instructions and best of all, the sticker sheet. So you can in fact customize and detail it as you see fit. So we've got the Fair Lady stickers here, we've got the fuel filler caps, wheel hubs, and some special edition KYOSHO stickers. Really, really nice to see. Here we've got the rebinding plug for the radio gear, should you ever have any radio dramas or wish to rebind. And of course, we've got a beautifully detailed instruction set. So the first one is for the body set. It tells you exactly how to set your body up on the preload and on the width side of things. It goes through and explains some of the various options and tuning parts. And the one that we've got here is in fact the full comprehensive of the Fazer Mk2 running chassis. So that's really good. It tells you everything from tuning the radio, charging the battery, changing the wheel hexes, to, let's go further on. Here's the radio adjustments, getting everything figured out, changing the batteries and getting the correct throttle going. And again, it gives you some basic tech on how to drive and improving your skills. And then further we go on to servicing various parts of the manual, parts to lubricate, parts to service, parts to check what screw goes where. If you choose to change the gearing, there's a gearing chart here and how you can change that. And if you service or rebuild your shock absorbers, a full comprehensive rundown of that. Fantastic exploded diagrams with full parts listings. A fantastic job from KYOSHO there. Okay, so that covers our unboxing, review and power up of the KYOSHO 240Z. I'm Brett from Hearns and thanks for watching.